Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's Belinda here from visualisednz. Well, I hope you can hear me. I'm day 3 into having COVID and today seems to be the sore throat day. So a bit scratchy on it and yeah, hopefully you can hear me okay and hopefully I get through this without too much coughing or anything like that. I will put the relevant information in the description box, so if you miss anything, it'll hopefully all be there. And if I do miss something, then just flick me a comment and I'll fix up anything I've left out. Okay, so welcome to Scrappy September and your first Scrappy Action for the month. So Scrappy Action is a series of challenges, activities, or as I've called them, actions that Lydia and I are going to bring you in September. So one each week on a Monday. So today's Monday here in New Zealand. And this is the first one. And we're focusing on using scraps. It's about Scrappy September. So for this challenge you need to raid your store of scraps and not use any other paper or card or anything that's not in your scrap bag or container or bin or whatever you use to store your scraps. Okay, so everything I've got here is out of my scrap bag. So I've got this bit of cardstock here, which I think is really pretty. A bit of white paper that was cut off in my scrap bag, and then some random bits of patterns. Now for this, you will need a base. So this is going to be my base. And you don't necessarily need this step, so I'll just put that aside for a moment. Excuse me. And then you'll need 6 different scraps that you really like. So this challenge is about using the scraps that you really like. Now it might be ones that you've had sitting in your scrap bin for a while and you just can't bring yourself to use them because you like them too much. Or it might be ones that you're just vibing with today, that they're speaking to you, the colour, the texture, whatever. So 6 scraps that you're really enjoying, and that's what this challenge is around, is those scraps. So what we're going to make is we're going to make a tip-in. So a tip-in is, and I'll just grab my journal, is a page or an element, a piece of ephemera that you tip into your journal. Just find a page here. So you can attach it, the easiest way to attach it is with washi tape. You can hinge it with a piece of paper, but washi tape is a great way. And it tips in. So it's something that you've added in, it wasn't there to begin with, and it just tips in and you washi tape it in, and you could tip it in at the bottom, or at the top, at the side, or in the middle, and have it flip backwards and forwards in the middle. So there's lots of options. So that's what we're making. We're making a tip-in. If you're making this for your own journal, as I will be making this for my own journal, then it's really good to use up those things that you really enjoy, those scraps that you love, because then you get to keep them in your own journal. But absolutely, if you want to make this as part of a journal you're making to sell or to give away, it's all fine. So it doesn't matter what you're using the tip-in for. Come along and create with us. Sorry, I just have a wee drink. Alright, so that's the premise. So we need 6 pieces of our scraps and putting them on our base. Now be creative with it. You could just collage them and with your 6 pieces. I was going to punch out some decorative squares out of them and lay them down, and then just before I started the video it was like, I've got a film strip stamp, and what if I was to mount them in the film strips, just to be a little bit different, be a bit creative. So I'm just gonna cut in between these. So obviously they are too long to fit all 3 for my 6 places down, and it's not wide enough for me to fit all 3 across. So it will require a little bit of me playing around, and hopefully this doesn't drive me a bit balmy, because my tolerance is a little bit low at the moment. I'm a bit short-tempered, maybe, short something. I was clearing off my desk to do this video and things kept falling, and I was just getting really I was like, really, just stop it. I hate being grumpy. Right, so I'm just trimming off these edges, the ends, and I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to end up with, so I'm hoping not to make this too long, so I can bring my husband back to the fire, because we're both in isolation. Both got COVID, tested positive on the same day. So, and it's we had beautiful weather last week, and this week it's going back to winter temperatures with snow and things down to low levels. Okay, so that's still too wide. Okay, that's all right. I am going to worry about that later. And I'm just going to come in and, oops, go as straight as I can in these apertures of the film strip. So I'm not worried about perfection. It is going to be what it is, and I'm not going too close to this center line because it's not very thick, and I need there to be a decent gap there for gluing in or mounting in my scraps. Now I could just cut the scraps out and put them over top. It'd be perfectly fine to do that, but I like the idea of putting them in behind. So I'll do this one this way, and then if I discover that it's just can't be bothered because I'm in the mood that I'm in, then I'll put the others on top. You know, sometimes you've got to make things easier on yourself, because crafting should be fun. And I've really hated being sick and not feeling up to doing anything. I've done little dribs and drabs, but it's taken me so long to do things that would normally, you know, take me an hour. They've taken me 2 days. It's ridiculous. And my nose is being a bit drippy too. Tell you what, it's so much fun. Not. So we managed to escape COVID for a long time, and it's finally caught us. Whoops. Now I'm trying to be too pedantic about my trimming. Oops. Oh, I'm all fingers and thumbs. So yeah, hopefully everyone else is well and enjoying your day. Hubby and I are watching lots and lots of TV. This is a bit of dendritic printing, which I did years ago, and I really love. And I haven't got much of it left, so I really need to do some more, and probably should do a video on it as well. So just trimming that up. Now I'm just going to put some glue I'm just using tacky glue just for ease. Anything that's going to save me mucking around is a good thing today. And I'm not sure if I'll glue it on that centre bit, but I'll put glue there just in case. Oops, glue on my mat. Maybe just on the very edge. There we go. So far so good. Okay. Alright, so that's our first scrap. This is a bit of colouring page that I coloured in. It was a Italian colouring book, and I was part of a team who was colouring it and reviewing it, and I really enjoyed this beautiful picture, and I've been using it in collage, and haven't got very much left of it. So I'll use a bit of that, and I'm not worrying about where the colours match or anything like that. It's all just, yep, I think I like that end better. It's all just about putting them all together. Oops, big blue bubbles. Go away, blue bubble. So I hope you're excited for Scrappy September. Lydia and I are super excited. Got some fun things planned, and hopefully I'm okay to do my Trash Craft Tuesday video tomorrow. Yeah, hopefully my voice doesn't disappear entirely, because that would be really, really a pain. Okay, so there we go. There's our film strip of 2 of our scraps. Now I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing with our other apertures. Oops, maybe not quite that much blade out. So please forgive me for taking breaks and talking too. I'm just trying not to aggravate things too much, so I can get through the whole video. Okay, I just put you on pause while I went ahead and cut out those, because I thought you didn't need to sit there and wait while I did that. Okay, so now I'm just going to cut the other scraps to fit in. This is a bit of the dressmaking pattern catalogue I've been cutting up recently, and I just really love the artsy type drawings. They're really cool, so I thought I'd pop a bit of that in here. And really nice colours and just fun. So as you can see, I'm not measuring, I'm just holding it against and trimming it off. As long as it fits in there and doesn't overhang the edges, it's all good. Cool, like that. Another glue bubble. So when you've made whatever you would like to, however you'd like to make your tip in using your scraps, we'd love to see what you do. So we have a few places where you can post your picture, and you can choose to post it on whichever, either Facebook or Instagram, whichever you prefer, or if you like you can do both, because not everybody is on both platforms. And you can tag Lydia and I, or we've got some hashtags as well to use. So all that information will be in the description box for you. Yeah, absolutely would love, love, love to see what you make. So please do share what you come up with. This is just a bit of cardstock, scrapbook cardstock, that was given to me in some Happy Mail a long time ago, and it's really pretty. I don't have anything in my own stash like it, so I thought it'd be really nice to include a little bit of it here, because once it's gone, it is gone. And I just really like the colours, very springy with the flowers. And pretty. Right, so 2 more to go. And I'm going to end up with 2 jelly prints together. That's okay. 2 of my jelly prints that I really like the colours and the patterns and textures on. So I'd love to include a bit of that here. It's in my way, so I'm just going to trim that off. So I might keep that slightly bigger piece for something. Keep getting little bits of glue on my mat. Right, and which part do I want of this one? I want more blue. Kind of liking this bit over here, but maybe this bit down here. It's got all of the colours in that little bit. I'm just loving using jelly prints in collage. They're just really fun pops of colour and texture. Right, almost to the next stage, guys. If you're still hanging in with me, thank you. Right, isn't that fun? Really like those bright bold colours in that. So there's our 3 strips of scraps. Loving it so far. So now I need to decide how I'm going to arrange them, whether I'm going to trim them down a bit more, whether I trim off these end film strips bits, or what I'm going to do. I think I want to cut down these sides. Take it right back to the film strip edge for a start. So I'm starting with the one that I glued first, so hopefully the glue's dry and not gumming up my scissors. Gosh, I could barely get that word out. Scissors. I'm kind of wondering, this background's a little bit busy, but I'm just going to trim off a little bit at each end. Let's see how I like that. Yeah, I'm thinking this is a bit busy. So let's see what else I've got in my scrap bag that might work. A bit of painty paper. Let's try that. I'll cut them all out and then see. I do love this bit of card, so I'll have to just use that for something else. Hey Snuggles, do you want out? Hope she doesn't, because the door's shut and I'll have to get up and open it for her. Yeah, I think we can work with this bit of painty paper. Now I do want to have it so it's writable on the back, so I would tip it in on this side. Oops, it's got a bit of something, glue or something stuck on there, so just pick that off. So I want to be able to write on the back, so I need to dig into my scrap bag of writing papers, backing papers, and I've got a bit of brown paper bag here from a pharmacy bag, so let's go with that. Tear off that bit, and I think I like that that edge. It's quite fun, isn't it? And I'm not worried about having the whole thing covered. I just want enough so it can be written on in my journal. Yes, come on, pick it up. There we go. And tear that down a bit there. Yep, that'll be good enough for me, because our hinge is going to be here, so that bit will have washi tape on it. Right, down to the glue stick for this. Seems like Snuggles just wanted a snack, so she seems happy in front of the fire for now, which is good. Right, there we go. So I've backed my bit of paper, and now I just need to stick on my film strips, my scrappy film strips. So I'm going to leave this bit clear for my washi tape, so that I'm not putting it over top of my pieces. And I've got those in the same order I actually made them. Do I want to switch it around a bit? So anything I make while I'm sick with COVID will only be used in my own journals. They won't be going out to anybody. Yep, that's fine. The order is not important, but you know, we like to fiddle around with things. Make sure we like it. Okay, so again with tacky glue, just for ease and to make sure it sticks. I'm going to stick the last one on, just so that I can come back into the middle one and get the middle one sort of in a balanced position. I always find it easier to do the first and the last, and then the middle ones are easier to place and getting the placement even. So I'm measuring by eye just the distance here and the distance here, so that it's about roughly about the same. Now, one thing I didn't pick out ahead of time was the washi tape I want to use to hinge it. So give me a moment to do that, and then I'll put it into my journal. And I'll put it on to the page for today. Right. I think that will be super fun to look back on. Right, just clear off some of this rubbish. And grab out my washi tapes. Right. I'm thinking neutral might be a good way to go. Although I quite like this dark blue with the silver stars. Yeah, let's go with that. I do like this black one as well. But no, let's go. Let's go with a little bit of colour and the silver. Pretty. Sorry about my squeaky chair. Right, my journal. Where did I put my journal? So I think this is today's page. Yes, it is. So we're going to pop it in here, and where would I like to tip it in? So I could tip it in the middle. Actually, why not? I'm going to tip it in the middle. And normally I would put glue stick on the back of the washi tape to make sure it holds really nicely. I'm not going to take the time right now to do that, so I might have to go in later if this doesn't want to stick too well. I'm just going to risk it for now because I'm just not in the mood to muck around and get all sticky fingers. So I'm just going to pop down washi tape on one side. Push it into that middle and flip it open, and then put some washi tape on the other side. This tape feels quite light, so I suspect I'm going to have to go in with some glue, but I can always go in with the tacky glue and just slip it under the edge as well. There we go. I'm really digging those stars. They're super pretty. Right, so there's a tip in. So we've got this fun little piece that I've created using some of my favourite scraps, and then tip in and writing space on the back for me to make more notes. Oh, I've got bits of something in there, some flecks of something. So there we go, there's a tip in created using 6 of my favourite scraps. I would love for you to join in to participate in this Scrappy Action and tag Lydia and I in, or use the hashtag for the challenge, which is hashtag Scrappy Action. You could also use hashtag Scrappy September on Instagram and Facebook, and I'll list our Facebook groups and all the information in the description box, as I said before, so you can find it there. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope it wasn't too painful to watch this video and listen to me. Thanks so much for joining me, and I hope to see you tomorrow for Craft Tuesday if my voice holds out. Okay, thanks. Bye.